I am Rico Bolvo, and this is Uncut. The police are currently searching for 3 men accused of shooting up scamming Yuri's apartment last night. The police say the shooting started around 9 p.m. and the whole thing was caught on tape. While Yuri wasn't home at the time, the landlord living upstairs was. Police found several 9mm and AK-47 rounds at the scene. Fortunately, no one was injured. Yuri had better pay up quick, cause it looks like some people are tired of waiting and apparently have no faith in the justice system to deal with him fairly. If the big rig of 2020 wasn't the boldest thing the coalition has pulled off in recent times, here's their first attempt for 2021. This morning, they released a statement comparing yesterday's redneck revolt on the US Capitol to end the PPP and election agents rushed the Ashman's building back in March. They went even further to state that event was a precursor to the installation of the PPP regime, whose legitimacy they are challenging in the High Court. Well, I'm pretty sure the irony is not lost on anyone listening to this. However, they added the genuinely ominous statement of calling on the US to act in a manner consistent with the global leadership role it has exercised in decades past, and do so quickly. I don't know about you, but I don't want America's global leadership in our oil-producing nation. Why? That would be about as terrifying as a child with a flamethrower in a nursing home. On the topic of the big rig and the boldness of the blow crew, they decided to top it off today by sending Sherrod Duncan to lead a one-man protest in front of the US Embassy. They called on the embassy to make an official statement on the matter that happened yesterday. Well, the ambassador did eventually, but I'm not surprised she actually paused to say something on the matter. You gotta be ready to talk before you bite the hand that feeds you. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's car of the day. Currently on sale is this 2012 Toyota Allion. It comes with TV, navigation stereo, crystal light, mag rims, fog lamps, and much more. Pay cash for $3.1 million, or pay down as low as $620,000 with around $60,000 monthly, and it is yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info, or visit their showrooms at Lot 171 Peter Rowe Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lamar Street, and tell them Noriko sent you for this sweet deal. This morning, 90-year-old blind amputee Rupert Williams died when his home burned down in Diamond Housing Scheme. Williams' daughter-in-law explained that his caretaker was at the hospital while she herself was at the ministry dealing with his pension. By the time firefighters put out the flames, the house was completely destroyed. Investigators believe that the fire started in the kitchen, but they are still trying to figure out what exactly caused it. After getting curb-stomped by the police on Sunday, Clive Fields, the Starbuck Bandit, was charged with robbery with aggravation on Wednesday. Fields, also known as Anthony Prince, was charged with robbing Venezuelan national Ricky Menke of a Samsung cell phone and $25,000 cash. Fields was supposedly one of a group of 3 men who assaulted the poor Venno as he was getting out of a minibus by Demico House. It's always near Demico. It's a damn den of thieves there. Anyway, the police found him at the same damn location just hours later, which is what led to the altercation on tape. The magistrate released Fields on $30,000 bail, so he is free to rob another day, I'm sure. You see how these magistrates embolden criminals? He stole a cell phone and $25,000, so $30,000 is just the tax of doing business for bandits. Today, Exxon Mobil did something they've never done before. They've reported for the first time the emissions that result when customers use their products, such as gasoline and jet fuel. The largest US oil producer said the emissions from its product sales in 2019 were the equivalent to 730 million metric tons of carbon dioxide, higher than rival oil majors. The data comes as the company has drawn the anger of investors focused on its climate performance. Getting Exxon to do this, however, was like pulling teeth apparently. Oddly enough, most major oil companies already report Scope 3 emissions, and some have even started reduction targets. By 2025, Exxon targets reducing the intensity of its oil field greenhouse gas emissions. But it has not set an overall emissions target though, so emissions could rise if production grows. But if it's any consolation, at least we're not the only ones in the world who have a problem ever getting a straight answer out of Exxon. Even its investors have problems doing so. Too many terrible drivers on the road. Don't be one of them. Book a beginner's driver's course with fast learners. Forget asking your relative to teach you. They will haul upon you like you's a dog. Fast learners are professional and makes it easy for you to learn with less anxiety. Call them now on telephone number 690-6868 or follow them on Facebook at Fast Learners Driving School. Today, 50-year-old Forster Graveson of Jamaica was found guilty of murdering his neighbor in 2017. According to the prosecution, Graveson lashed 49-year-old Courtney Porter in the head with a piece of wood after accusing the man of pulling on his wife's clothes. Porter was hospitalized for 2 weeks before he finally died. Graveson then fled the area and was captured a distance later. He was sentenced to 60 years, minus the 4 he's already served on remand. It's now time for today's Rona Report. Today, the nation recorded 33 new cases. The total number of deaths now stands at 167. There are now 5 persons in the ICU and 287 persons in home isolation. The total number of known cases in the country is now 6,469. So please, people, wash your hands frequently. Avoid touching your nose and mouth and mask up before you leave the house. When you do leave home, try to avoid enclosed spaces and large crowds. And remember to give 6 feet of space between you and others. Now let's take a look at news in the region and around the world. Jamaica has just announced that it is one step closer to the production of digital birth certificates. They said the infrastructure is now 90% complete. The project aims to make Jamaica a more digital society in all spheres such as home, work, school, and recreation. They're hoping to enter phase 1 of the rollout by March. Great news for those of you who are still looking for an affordable smartphone. The sale has been extended. Get the Logic L60 for just $20,000. It comes with 1-year free warranty and free Digital Prime bundle. It's available at Cellular Plus in the City Mall, Starbucks Square, and Sunday opening at Massey Providence and Massey Turkine. Don't miss out. Today, Elon Musk has just jumped ahead of Jeff Bezos for the spot as the world's richest person, with a net worth of more than $185 billion. Today's increase in Tesla's share price pushed Musk past Jeff Bezos, who had been the richest person since 2017 and is currently worth about $184 billion. Musk's wealth surged over the past year, and it marks the fastest rise to the top of the rich list in history. Tesla's rocketing share price, along with this generous pay package, have added more than $150 billion to his net worth in less than a year. And now for our weird news story of the day. A 9-year-old boy in Argentina has been saved by his crucifix necklace that stopped the stray bullet from penetrating his chest. The incident occurred in the municipality of Los Telitas at around 10 p.m. on Old Year's night. However, word of this is only getting out now. The boy, identified as Tiziano, was celebrating New Year's with his family in front of their house when he felt a pop in his chest. He was taken to the hospital where he was examined by medical staff who only found a superficial wound on his chest, which was treated within the hour. It was only until after they picked up the Jesus piece around the boy's neck did they realize that the bullet had struck it. The family swears up and down that the necklace saved his life. And hey, who am I to deny that? Who said luxury can't be affordable? Move into your own home in 2021. Lenore Estates West Coast MRR properties are within your reach. Move out of the landlord's place and put that rent money towards your own 5,000 square feet property. Call or WhatsApp 592-618-5702 or +1 516 476 2172. Moving on to our Uncut News viewers poll question of the day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. So, you give your responses in the comments, and we'll read the best ones in the following episode. Yesterday's question was about the attack on Capitol Hill. Shamia David said, no one. Americans. Capitol Hill building raided. Rest of the world. Fighting COVID. Yes, indeed. So, for tonight's question, does the news with Exxon surprise you at all? With that being said, do you think they are being completely honest about their environmental impact on our nation currently? Think about that question and tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in Friday's episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight. Check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Enrico Bolford saying good night, folks. Hey, Uncut News viewers, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking on this button over here, or click over there for more news. You can also drop a comment to let me know if you've made it to the end of the video. Goodbye for now.